Attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. We are glad that you decided to join us here in spite of all of the gremlins that are working against us this Motivational Monday. Evidently, something's going on with the big blue button software. Oh well, oh me, oh my, as some might say. But anyway, this is a new day and a new week. This is Motivational Monday. Myself particular, I'm not ready to use this particular program. I had mine set up for the other one, but we can just talk to you after Miss Lisa. She's going to do her little deal. As you can see, she is motivated. She is ready. She's got her stuff together, as they say.
I
So
wouldn't go that
with
far.
that, oh yeah, I've got all the confidence in the world in you. But we do want to welcome y'all. We're glad that you're here. We're glad that you adapted and overcame. This is the mark of people that are actually wanting to do this business. You guys are all leaders here. But for right now, I'm going to turn this over to Miss Lisa Harrell and let her give her presentation. Miss Lisa.
Thank you, Ray. Good afternoon or good morning in most people's lives. Today last week I did about goals. Now, if you were on it, then you know that I was talking about the 3 important questions that you need to ask yourself, and that I was going to go into those this week. Now, I'm just going to put it out there that I've done all this myself. I've written it all as well. It took me blooming ages. So it's written by me, but the content, I sourced it from Mind Valley. It's a website, a company. So I will begin. We all know that in order to be successful, we have to know where we're headed. We have dreams that we hope to achieve. So the big question, or in this case, the 3 big questions that need to be asked, will be covered here today. A blueprint on how to finally conquer the right goal-setting process in order to reach our destination. First, however, I want to discuss the difference between means and end goals. So what are means goals and how do they fit into our planning, and how do we implement them in order to help us along a path to success? So obviously you means goals and end goals. Okay, so whilst means goals are like stepping stones to our end goal, do they really help us long term? How many times do we set a goal that we believe to be what we really truly want to achieve, the goals that will also be socially accepted in society and therefore be accepted by the people around us? How many of us believe that the goals we are setting are really what we want? The more we give those around us the opportunity to dictate the path that we should travel along, the more we go off course, subsequently ending with our own failure. This is why we should learn the difference between means and end goals. When our goals have "so" added to them, they are actually means goals. And here are a couple of examples. I would like to own a flash car, so I look the part and get others to respect me. I will concentrate on doing everything correct, so everything is perfect, then I will start seeing results. You see, mean goals are more for someone else's benefit than your own. So in actual fact, you end up doing what they think you should do. You are then achieving mean goals because that is what is expected of you. So in terms of society thinks that we should get a job, get more money, get that car, get a promotion. They're not necessarily our goals. They're more what we as a cultural find acceptable as we move on in life. So then you are achieving the means goals because that is what is expected of you, exactly. So instead, of what you actually really want to do. And that's not good, because this bounds you to actually fail due to lack of interest, passion, or excitement. In fact, it could even lead to resentment in the long run. Now, I know I'm a hairdresser, but in actual fact, when I look back, it was my mum that actually wanted to do hairdressing, and she was never allowed. So I do think maybe that I'm in hairdressing more because that's what she wanted to do than what I actually wanted to do. And that's just an example of how means goals can affect you, and kind of create your destiny in a way that isn't actually what makes you happy. So making goals to please others is never going to make you happy, and it is never going to help you on your path to success. Thus brings me to end goals and how they can help you to your ultimate journey that will steer you to where your dreams will really become achievable. There is no magic ingredient on how to achieve your goals. However, because the whole principle of them is coded to feelings, they are more in tune with your inner beliefs, and so therefore are bound by you to succeed. End goals are themselves your true incentives. As I said, they are completely driven by your feelings. So if your goals make you passionate, excited, they will then indirectly make you happy. And happy, now you will enjoy the journey so much more with your end goals than you will with mean goals. Others may see this as a threat because they believe you should be doing things differently, such as family. They think that you should go to school, go and get a job, go to college, go to uni, and if that's not what you want to do, they don't always agree with you. But in actual fact, by following your true heart's desires, you will then be adding a knock-on effect that reaches to those most important to you. Even if initially they don't see what you see, by being enthusiastic, passionate, excited and happy, you will find that that will affect all those around you, and it's a win-win situation, if you like. So begin with the end in mind. Now, whilst means goals have so added, end goals replace the so with because. This makes the importance of achieving them all the more, well, important. Here are a couple of examples. I have been to Florida to meet my mentors because meeting people who have given me so much was the ultimate dream. I earned £5,000 every month because one thing that has been important to me was to be able to free up time for my husband to enjoy life. As you see, end goals have more feeling behind them, whereas means goals are a bit shaky and transparent, to say the least. You also want to be thinking of your goals in the context that you have already achieved them, in some cases, that they are already part of your life and within your vision. A mistake many people make is that by simply writing your goals down, whether they are means or end goals, is that by doing that one task automatically means you will achieve them. Although that would be very nice, it doesn't always happen. A bit more work is needed than simply deciding on your goal and writing it down. You need to work on them every day, giving care and attention to making sure you stay on track, even if that means being flexible with any changes that need to be made in order to get the results you are looking for. So if your passion is feeling that tells you this is the right thing to do, nothing can stand in your way. It doesn't matter what anyone else says. This feeling is so good that it cannot be ignored. I'm going to follow my bliss and act upon this glorious sensation of joy. So now that brings us to what you should be asking yourself to determine your true goals, your end goals. This is a process that you need to pay attention to. and starting with these 3 questions. Number 1, what will be your experiences? Number 2, what will be your growth? And number 3, what will be your contribution? Now, I've got to go earlier today. I was hoping to have you all partake in a little exercise, which, as I put, I'm sure will be causing you utmost excitement and anticipation to what you have got yourselves into. However, you can always do it with Ray at the end, if he has time, or you can just go and do it yourselves, and just see how you get on. But first, I will give you a little insight on how these questions are going to work. So let's look at number 1. What will be your experiences? So with regards to your experiences, you'll be thinking about exactly what you wish to experience in life. What do you see yourself doing? As I said before, these are all have feelings behind them. So they will automatically cause you feelings of excitement, passion, and happiness. And I've added a few examples. It's also a good idea to give yourself a time limit as you initially write down your experience, but we'll go into that in a bit. So a couple of examples. I want to stay in a 5-star Hilton hotel all around the world because my family experience a lifestyle like the rich and famous. And I would like to do that by the 31st of December in 2016. I look forward to being able to pay off all my debts because as to be able to enjoy life instead of being constantly stressed and anxious. And that one I would like to do by the 31st of January 2017. I can't wait to order and pick up my Audi Q2 before anyone else because I have never had my own brand spanking new car, and I've given the time 1st of November 2016. So hopefully you can see kind of what you need to be writing down. So now I'll move on to question 2. What will be your growth? So with growth, you want to be looking at who is that person and who do I need to become in order to reach my end goals? So what would you need to do to grow and to be able to achieve, and how your experiences are going to make you grow as well. And again, there should be genuine feeling behind them to get your juices flowing when you talk and when you think about them. And again, I've made some examples. I have become more spiritual and enjoy practicing mindfulness every day. Traveling has allowed me to become an expert in speaking French and Italian. And by surrounding myself with top leaders, I am able to replicate their mindset and duplicate it, which has helped me build my own strong team of top leaders. So again, there's a little bit of an example of how you want to be writing it down. Obviously, they're different for each of us because we've got different experiences that we want to have and how we want to grow. And for the 3rd question, what will be your contribution? Now with this one, it's all about what are you willing to give back to the universe. You have had your experiences and you have grown into the person that you wish to become. So now you need to ask yourself, what are you prepared to give back? How are you going to make others' lives better? Because that alone will pave the way for your own success. And again, some examples. I listen without judgment, thus enabling others to find their own voice with a new confidence and give them the stage to share what they have. Being able to take my family on their dream holiday and treat them to the 5-star lifestyle that they deserve and to give them so many exciting experiences of their own. To be able to mentor and teach to my team, giving them what they need to go off and become leaders and to build their own team of leaders. So hopefully you get the gist of how this works. So this is when I would have ask you to grab a piece of paper or a notepad and pen. Now, if you're using a paper, simply draw 3 columns, or if you're using notepad, use a different page for each category. At the top of your page, piece of paper, write each category, so experience, growth, contribution. You also want a timer of some sort, so you can set yourself a time limit for each category of 3 minutes. So firstly, we have experiences. In 3 minutes, I want you to write down all that you want to experience. Now, don't worry about the details at this point, as you can continue to add to them later. And then I want you to move on to your growth category and do exactly the same within the 3 minutes. And then finally, your contribution category, make sure you stick to the 3 minutes, as I said before. You can go over them in greater detail later and add. So 3 minutes for each category is what you're looking at, and write as much as you can within those 3 minutes, and then just read them and just absorb your answers and feel what you feel with what you've written down, which means then you've finished your first draft of these 3 questions, and as I said, read them and absorb your answers. Now, I don't know if this is the right word actually, I often use this analogy when something amazing catches my eyes, namely a new pair of shoes, of course, and to me it'll be OMG, they are so speaking to me, they're talking to me, however you word it, so I have to have them because I have fallen in love with that particular pair of shoes. So absolutely nothing is going to get in my way of owning those shoes. And that is the same with your end goal. It's so passionate for you, so emotionally attached to you that you've just got to have it. You want it, and it's going to be yours. And that's what you need to set for every goal that you set. And that's what I have for you today. So back to you, Ray.
Well, I appreciate it. I can honestly say I have never had a pair of shoes speak to me. Now, I'm sure that there are some ladies I've heard my wife say similar things, and I just kind of roll my eyes and whatnot. But that was a good analogy. You know, as far as what's your passion, you know, is really what that amounts to. So it's good stuff. Good stuff. I know you said that you had to leave. We appreciate you for sticking with us and coming on to give your presentation.
I'm all right for like 10 minutes or so, so I'll listen to yours.
Okay. Well, I'm like I said, I'm not set up like you are as far as giving slides and things. I had it set up for the other software, which is all well and good. That will I will try to be better prepared next time. But I do want to just read something to you that I know that you all have heard before. This is nothing new, but it's the poem "Don't Quit." It says, when things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't quit. Life is weird with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns, and many athletes turn about when they might have won had they stuck it out. Don't give up, though the pace seems slow. You may succeed with another blow. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt, and you never can tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when you're hardest hit. It's when things seem worst that you mustn't quit. You know, here in just a few days, 1 or 2 days, we're going to pass a threshold with the legacy program of 1 month, 30 days. And there's a lot of people that aren't, we already know that, they're not going to renew. I didn't make $1 million in the last 30 days, and you know, so I'm going to go on to the next shiny object. Most of y'all have seen the graphic where the two guys are digging in a tunnel, and one of them just about halfway to the diamonds, and the other guy just a thin sliver of earth before he gets to the diamonds, and shows him walking back away from it. I would urge every one of you, as you are nearing this time of making a decision whether you're going to resubscribe in the $25 legacy. Folks, like I said, it hasn't even been 30 days yet. Now, there's a lot of people that's made a lot of money already. Some haven't made much. I've got some people in that I signed up that haven't signed anybody, that some that's only signed up one or two. And it would be easy to say, well, this isn't doing what I wanted it to do. Don't quit. Don't quit. It's just been a few days. That's the one right there. It's just been a few days. Stay with it. It's $25. That's all it is. $25. Stay with it, guys. You never know what's going to happen. If I can kind of paraphrase Lisa there a while ago, anyhow, in my mind, you may not see it. As far as setting goals, what are your goals? Do you have your goals already lined out? Are you wanting to buy that new Audi? She's from the UK, you know. So, you know, are you wanting to buy that new car? Are you wanting to get out of debt? Are you wanting to just make a house payment, car payment? Are you wanting to set things up for your children to do something that it takes, you know, it takes money, a lot of money anymore to do anything. What are your goals? What are you shooting for? Are you here just for the short term? Are you going after some of these rev shares that are out here? My God, it seems like there's 8 or 10 of those things pop up every day. I've got stuff in my inbox every day. I see a lot of people that I'm talking with, a lot of people that are in $25 legacy that are promoting all these other things. If they put half that effort into the legacy, there's no telling where that would go, but they're distracted. Are you distracted today? Are you distracted today? I'd like to encourage you somehow, some way, within your mind, make a commitment to yourself, not to me, not to legacy, but to yourself, that you're going to stick with this. Put a time limit on it if you want to. I had a lady tell me the other day, well, I'm going to try to get my 2 within 30 days. I said, 30 days? Why 30 days? How about 2 days? How about 2 hours? All you got to do is talk to people. That's all you have to do. What are your goals? Are you just here to, as a, you know, most of us are on Facebook. Are you here as a social experiment? I can't see that any of us are here except for anything except to, you know, to make some money with this, to retire on fire. It's a rapid retirement program. We're okay, and just consider this. Are you okay with working 40 years to hit retirement, but you're not okay with working a few months to get to retirement? I dare say there's nobody here that is making that $30,000 a month yet. Can you make that $30,000 a month at your job? You got a lot higher paying job than I ever had. I just wanted to throw that in there. Being as, you know, things have went the way it has went today, I just wanted to talk to you just a minute and just, you know, encourage you. We haven't even been in this 30 days yet, and I know that there's some already out there that are discouraged. Folks, I am up. I am not discouraged. I'm in this for the long haul. Are you with me? And I'll just leave it at that. Mr. Sand,
Yes,
take it away, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am with you all the way. Hey, Ray, great words, great presentation, Lisa. Thank you guys for
Thank
getting here this morning. like I said, I like to see how people deal with adversity. Like I told Ray, I said, man, I like this. And I want to see who's gonna whine and who's gonna cry. And those people, I just couldn't find it. And those are the ones we like to shift the gear and keep on going. I put in the group, the Facebook group, about the secrets of the heavy hitters, and I put that stuff in there so you guys can read it. There's nothing new under the sun, and like Les Brown say, you done heard all this before. You know it in your heart. You just need someone to bring it back out and bring it to your remembrance, so you can actually start to apply it. Sometimes you might have to even see it. Um, I meet people all the time on the internet, and there's a lot of shifting from things to things to things. And I have friends that stayed in companies, still in companies for 8 years, and they're all millionaires. And at that time, I just couldn't see it. I couldn't stay in it. There was all kinds of other stuff that could make fast money, and they just stayed consistent. And after 20 some years in network marketing, I figured it out, saying you just got to stay consistent. And that's what we do. That's what we've been doing. Whether there's 1,000 people, 5,000, 6,000 people that's here with us in $25 Legacy, we're just looking for that one more person that sees the same thing that we see, that we can add them to our membership and continue to grow each year. We started with 2 or 3, and then 10, then 20, then 30. Maybe 2,000 to 1,000 now. Maybe solid members 300. But as you see, most of the time, it's always going to be the 80-20. It's going to be that 20% or that 10% that's always carrying the weight of the whole mass. So that's why you see most of the people that are here, the same people. So we want to thank you guys for being here, and we want to encourage you today, Monday, motivation. Get your mind right, get your week right. Get ready, go hard. What I've been thinking about and studying on is tap rooting, you guys. Now that you've establish your 1 month, point in $25 Legacy, what's next? Do you go and continue to bring in more people? Yeah, that's good. Growth is always good. Positive growth is always good. But one thing we always want to do is work with the people that you have. Nobody is really building. And that's the reason why they're moving from deal to deal, is because they don't have any sustainable people, any people that stays with them, stick and stay with them. So in order for you to do that, you got to develop your downline. And you can't develop them by just throwing them a link and getting them to sign up. You got to start teaching them. You got to start training them. And you say, well, I don't know how to do it, then you have to get trained. So that's why you should be showing up to these trainings and these meetings and these calls, so you can absorb some of this stuff. It's caught, not taught. I could teach you techniques all day, but until you catch it, it means nothing. That light has to come on for you. Some of us, it just flicks on real quick, and some of us, it might take repetition, coming back over and over and over, listening to the same presentation over and over until you actually catch it. And that's what we want you to do. We want you to catch this excitement, catch this motivation, catch this dedication, and catch some of these blessings that's being poured out. There's a lot of people in $25 Legacy that are making $200 to $300 or more in less than a month's time, and it's residual income that they've never built in other systems. That's why we're not worried about the other systems that people go and jump for and go jump to, because we do have a core people that is here that is making money. And I know won't nobody in their right mind leave a guaranteed paycheck just to go to a hope for, maybe so, could be type of opportunity. Nobody's gonna leave a solid $200 or whatever every month just by maintaining a $25 leverage membership. No, I don't think anybody would do that. But if they did, then hey, I wouldn't. But we want to open it up for you. What do we think about, Ray, opening it up for the people today? Get some feedback, talk to them a little bit before we let them go.
Yes, yes. I
Okay.
think that'd be good. I think that'd be good. I want to say this, before we open it up for everybody, which you can go ahead and do that,
Okay.
is I don't want it to sound like that I'm not against multiple streams of income.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
all for that.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
all for that. But you've got to get something up and running before you jump to the next thing. You know, you can't drive a car and run a marathon at the same time.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
think
you can't
Warren Buffett.
you can't lay concrete blocks and do finish carpentry at the same time. You've got to concentrate on one at a time. Get one going, get it to done, making what you want it to do, and then add something else. Anyway, go ahead and
Yeah.
open it up.
I think Warren Buffett says you got to establish your basket, one basket, and then once you establish one basket, then you can go and open up other baskets.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that's how it goes, and that's the same thing. I mean, I would be lying to people if I told them, look, the only thing I do, the only thing I have going for me is X, Y, Z. You know, I have multiple strings, but you got to look at which one is really paying you and which one is building out for the long term. Some things are short term. You know, if you're making a $500 here and a $5, but if your long term is building and growing, you don't want to cut that off. So you have to see where your priorities are and make those decisions. But the moral of the story is you have to get established. You have to root yourself. Yeah, I used to hear marketers say, "I'm planting my flag," and I'm like, "What are they talking about?" And then after a while, I figured it out. I had to start
yeah,
planting my flag somewhere
yep,
and
yep.
stop chasing and stop going. I talked to a guy this morning, and I never give up on people. I always follow up with them because I sooner or later, they all gonna get to the same knowledge as me. It just I got there a little bit sooner. I said, "Hey, I see you advertising a game app, and then last week you was advertising a grocery app, a grocery program, and then a couple of weeks before that you was, I mean, and then you were sitting right here with us, and you just couldn't see it." And I asked him, I said, "Have you made any money yet? You're advertising a great, I mean, he's a great marketer. And he markets, I mean, on the internet all day posting. He doesn't even have an auto poster, and he posts like an auto poster because he's always posting." So I'm like, "You're not making any money. You can't be making any money." And he's like, "Nah, I really hate that I left you guys, but I couldn't afford to be with you guys." If you can't afford $25 a month, then and you're an internet marketer, you probably need to get on offline. I mean, that is people will take that to be harsh, but I'm trying to give out some good information because if you can't make $20 some way somehow online, or if you can't make $5 some way somehow online in a week's time, or in a couple of days time online, then you're probably doing the wrong stuff and you probably need to get off, or you need to invest more time into some mentorship and some help to teach you how to do this. Because just going out here and spamming your links and marketing in these companies is not teaching you how to survive. All you're doing is eating for a day, or you're eating for a week, you're eating for a month, but you're not teaching yourself how to do this every day. I was at Panama. What was I at? Bahama Breeze in Tampa, and my friend was telling me about his brother can't find a job, and he's in the job industry, and he's going from job to job, and he can't find anything. With network marketing, you don't have to wait for someone to give you anything. You can go get it. If you got a desire and you got determination, you can create your own income. But you have to be resilient, and you have to get in, and you have to be willing to invest some time and some sweat equity. And most people aren't willing to do that. And I told him, I said, "I don't have to worry about if someone's bringing me a paycheck. I can earn my paycheck anytime I desire because of the skills that I've learned being online, that I can go into almost any program and earn $200 to $300 easy." And it didn't come easy, but I put in my time being online, networking, and building relationships with people. And anybody can really do this if they really desire to do it, but they don't. They want the shortcuts. They don't want to put in the work. So that's the reason why, if you find a team, you guys, like you have here, plug in with those people, develop your relationships, because you never know when you move to the next opportunity. Those people that you've been connected to and exposed to, those are the ones that you're going to build your business with. So don't worry about building a company. Start building people. And those are the things that's going to get you through being online and be successful, where you can feed your family and pay your bills because of the relationships. Not because of your knowledge, not because you're the best speaker, not because you're so sharp in what you're doing. It's because of your relationships. That's the people who win online, the relationship builders. So become good at making and bridging gaps with people. So anyway, long story short, let's just stick together, one big family. Let's work this like tomorrow, no tomorrow. $25 legacy. Few more days, we'll have our 30-day into this thing, and we're still looking to build and retire more people with our program. So we're going to open it up. Ray, let me go ahead and do it. I run my mouth.
Mr. Lonnie's got a question, and then Lena's got her hand up. Go ahead, Lonnie.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me good?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you got
Okay.
the mic.
Yes. I was talking to one of my team members this morning, and they were wondering, like, what was my script? And I directed them to the fact that I really utilize the videos and the things that we already have in our back office, and really, you know, attempt to tell them to get people tapped into our calls. And to me, that's been the most effective way to do pretty much anything I've ever done on the internet. But this is like really being live. So um, Sam and whoever else is on, you know, one of the leaders, do you have something else you might could add to that? Because they're going to hear this recording as well. They had to work this morning.
No problem. For me, scripts are crutches. Scripts are when someone asks me for a script, they're telling me, I want you to use your words to tell me how to go out here and I don't write scripts. Now, what I will do is I'll get with you and help you develop something that sounds good to you and your speaking and your language, or how you want to speak to that person. I'll give you ideas, but I'm not going to handicap you by writing scripts, because I mean, those scripts, some scripts do work, but 9 times out of 10 that they're tested in different markets. It's just a crutch, really. To me, it's just a crutch. To have a template, a guideline to go by, and then something to jog your creative juices to get you, because everybody speaks different to the people that they talk to, their circle. So what works for me might not work for you, and vice versa. You might have somewhat of a probability, but 9 times out of 10, you need to write something that resounds from you, where you could speak from the heart. The heart always is a closer. When you talk to people and they hear your conviction, when you're talking about $25 legacy and you're offering the value of this company and you're speaking from the use of the product, I'm online. I'm using my time wisely because I'm setting up the bulk auto poster, and I'm going and I'm getting people and I'm getting engaged, and I'm learning how to set up my fan pages, and it's growing my business. When you're talking from that point of view, they get excited. Your excitement gets them excited. But then if you're just scripted and you sound like a script, then you sound just like everybody else. And then the BS meter goes up. Everybody's got a BS meter. Some people are more sensitive than others. So when you're coming from something that you really don't have knowledge of, but you're speaking from someone else's point of view, and then you're making it trying to sound real good to that person, they can tell. So you need to develop your own talking, your own belief level in what you're doing. If you don't have a high belief, if I don't have a high belief in something, I can't sell it. When I found out that my aunt's insurance was better than the insurance that I was selling, I was the insurance killer. But when I found out her stuff was better than what I was selling, I couldn't sell it no more, because that little that little thought in my mind saying, well, this ain't really that good. That's when I couldn't sell it anymore. because it came across in my presentation and how I was talking to people. But when I thought I had the best thing since chocolate milk, I could sell it to anybody because my mind told me that nothing else out there could beat what I had. And that's the reason why you got to have a belief in what you're talking about. And you have to know that what you're offering is a benefit for that person. And how can you really know if you don't do the right, take the time out to discover and find out what those people are interested in? They tell you exactly how to leverage them. Every pitch might not be the right pitch, but you got to find out who you're talking to in the audience. So that's what I would do. I wouldn't write a script. I would get with that person and maybe give them a little, find out, who this person is and how they want to go, and then maybe we'll develop something for them that fits their who they are, and then they feel comfortable with you know, saying stuff that they normally would say. That's what I would do. But some people like to have templates and all this other stuff. And then you look at your track record. How much of that stuff actually works? How much of it actually works? Anybody? Nobody. All right, Lonnie, what do you think about that, Lonnie?
I think that was great, and right on the same lines I was thinking, because it has to be natural. And this is good too, because that is a part of my team that I'm working with. And I had a privilege to talk to someone that is in their team as well this morning before we had our call, and I encouraged them to get on the call. I'm not sure if they're on or not, but
yeah, hey,
that's what I'm doing with my team, taking that time. And yeah, I'm having fun with this
if you
because I'm
want to
learning.
shift gears, hey Lonnie, if you want to shift gears and you want to stop babysitting, then what you do is you tell them, you write a script and let me check it. Let me look at it. Let me critique it. Give them some homework. People want you to do all the work. They don't want to do no work. They don't want to do no thinking. They want you to make the money and deliver it to them on their front door. Make them, you write a script, go ahead and write it. It don't have to be good. Then send it to me and I'll check it out. And I'll critique it for you. That's what I would do. Because we wanna grow leaders. We want to invoke leaders. We don't want to handicap people. You can't continue to babysit. And this is what's happening in the industry. It's too much babysitting going on. They're not producing leaders. They're producing followers to go from deal to deal that don't make any money, and then eventually they talk bad about you, and every time you send them something, they don't want to even respond to you no more. If they don't get anything from what you've given them, that you got training. He taught me, he mentored me. Whether I did it, that's on me. When I was in Amway, I didn't make no money. But you know what? I learned the business. And that's one thing I can always say. Anybody can say whatever you want to say about Amway, but I learned how to be an internet or a network marketer. And that's the same thing that they will say about Sam Warren and anybody else. I might not have made any money with Sam Warren, but guess what? He taught me how to market my business. And then when they go to the next deal, then they can apply those skills that we teach them. And that means more than them making money in the long run, because everything don't work for everybody. This might not be the vehicle for them, but the skills that you teach is transferable. That's the long game. And that's what you got to look for. You can't look at right now trying, you got to develop your people if you want to have a team to where you're making this retirement money. You have to develop your people, and that takes time, and that takes energy, and that takes work, and that takes some hard, not babysitting and saying, "Hey, go do the homework and come back and let me check it." As a leader, anybody can do
Miss
this.
Lena Briscoe, you had your hand up a while ago. Did you change your mind?
Miss Linda said, "I don't want to talk to Sam."
Yeah. You're unmuted on our side.
Hey, Miss Lena, that's Angelina.
That's Angelina Major.
That's
Angelina.
Major Angelita Briscoe.
Exactly. Okay, I'm still muted on my.
No, we hear you. We hear you.
Let me unmute these people. Got a few. Miss,
Ha.
Go ahead, Lena.
Okay, now I'm unmuted. Haha.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm retired, y'all. So yeah. No, I just wanted to say, I want to say that I, I just wanted to say that everything is can y'all hear me? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
I think y'all can.
Hello.
her mic fell out. Her mic fell out. But
Every time that happens to somebody, some reason, of course, my mind's kind of funny, you guys, if you hadn't figured it out yet. I think about the old Andy Griffith movie, No Time for Sergeants, where he's on the airplane and he's spitting into the microphone, hello,
hello.
hello, you know.
There's Merle. She has her hand up. Let's see what Merle. Merle, you there? Go ahead, Merle. Miss Karen, we'll unmute some of you guys. If y'all want to say anything this morning, give us some feedback. We're here to help. That's William. William Warner. Well, I guess we knocked it out the park then, right?
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Sounds We're glad you all showed up today. Glad you all went through the process.
Yeah.
Whenever something's not working right, figure a way to go around or over or under. You know, that's the way to do it. That's the go-getters. That encourages me to see how many showed up on this morning's call with our problems that we had this morning. That's good. I like it.
And notice there's gonna be some more.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There's gonna always be situations, I think
Just
somebody
another fly speck on the windshield of life.
Yeah, I think somebody said that the auto poster something wasn't going on. I don't know. But we'll check into that and get it straight. But look, the long haul, we're gonna continue doing what we're doing and continue to build the foundation, one person at a time. If you have more than one person in the business, if you got a person in the business, um, connect with that person and start building with that person. You're gonna see the benefit of it as you build a solid foundation. It's just like building a house. You gotta lay the floor, and you got to put the walls up and all the other stuff. I'm not a builder, but I know it works some kind of way like that. But make sure you're plugging in with the Facebook group. That's where we're gonna put a lot of information in as we get it. If you see people coming in, yeah. We like to bring the energy, always supportive, welcome people. You'll be surprised how some people will come in a group and they determine their longevity the way people react to them in a group. If nobody ever says anything, nobody even welcomes them, then they're like, man, this thing just stagnant. I don't want no parts of this. So we try to keep the energy up, and as you see, there's always people commenting and likes. Likes is always great on Facebook, but you know what? Your thoughts and your comments is more valuable than anything. Now, keep it positive now. If it's a negative comment, you might want to keep that to yourself. But you should always uplift your co-workers, co-members, co-family, community, our community. The real draw to what I sell more than anything over, great tools, great price and all that. I sell the community. Never before have I been able to be in a place where people share secrets and methods and openly share. And it doesn't matter if you're in their business or not, what business you're building. They give you can get all kinds of, as Ray used to say, nuggets if you just sit in there and listen to some of the stuff that people are talking about, if they just openly share it, they might have spent money, hundreds of dollars going out here to get this information, and they just share it. In most communities, it's not an open share like that. So, we try to keep it all to $25 legacy. But if it's something that's going to help benefit us all and building that business, and in turn you building your business, then we want to hear about it. We want to share it. We filter most of the stuff before it gets to the group. So I mean, if it's something that's really outlandish and crazy, then we won't add it to the group. But if it's something that's going to benefit everybody, then make sure bring it to our attention, so we can actually pass it along to help other people, because we want to grow the community. That's what's going to be the biggest draw on the internet, when people are seeing that they're actually making money in our program. I don't know why more people don't show that they're making money in our program, because there's a lot of people on the internet that's not making $20 a month. There's a lot of people that's not making $50 a month and or more. And I mean, I would be proud of it. We have people that are making $2,000-3,000 a month, $500 a month, from all ranges in $25 legacy. So I would be proud of it to show it. When those T-shirts start coming out, I'm retired. $25 legacy retired me. Make sure you get one of those T-shirts. I would go around here showing that on the internet to everybody. So, Ray, you got anything closing, since we can't get nobody to talk to us?
Well, this morning was a good reminder that tools are great, softwares are great, but it's just like your car. You'll have trouble, whatever kind of vehicle that you drive. Every once in a while, you'll have to do some maintenance. Every once in a while, it'll have to be put in the shop. Every once in a while, it'll go down. But this, and we have some great tools here at Legacy, but once in a while, they're going to need something. Once in a while, they're going to let you down, if I can say it that way. But this is a people business, and that's the reminder that I got this morning. This is a people business. It's more a people business than it is about the tools. The tools are great, and the more tools that we can get to do the work for us, hey, that's great too. But it is a people business. When all else fails, pick up the phone, get on Skype, PM in Facebook, all like that. Facebook goes down every once in a while, So anyway, we're sure glad everybody came. We appreciate you. That's all I've got.
All right.
Everybody
Well,
have a blessed week.
tomorrow is Tuesday, 11 o'clock. We will start our presentation. Make sure you guys get your people on the presentation. Miss Pat will be there in effect, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And 8 o'clock that night, we will be rewinding again, getting that presentation out to you guys. So, as you can see, my grandchildren are getting ready to get stirred, so I got to get out of here. But you guys be blessed, and we will see you in the morning.
All right. Be blessed, everybody. Bye-bye.